Hey everybody, welcome to Color Conversations with Crawford Street. I'm Tanner and I am the founder and lead designer of Crawford Street Designs in Marietta, Georgia. We're a full service design firm and we do a lot, like a bajillion things with color on all different surfaces, materials, platforms, styles, and we really get to see truly more than just color from a fan deck or color from a little sample card. We see color in places, on big buildings and on old antique things and on brand new things. And we just experience so much of not only what color does, but how it plays with other colors and other components that are in its surrounding area, and we want to bring that experience to you guys so that you have somebody saying, well, when we use this color, this is what was great about it. This is what we were kind of hesitant about. This is what was unexpected when we used it. So that color becomes more approachable to you, and it really becomes a great way for you to take something and make it your own, make it exactly as it feels intended for the space or for that season in the space. So today I'm so excited. It's our very first collection of our summer colors. I am a summer girl. My birthday's first day of summer. I just love this time of year. However, I don't know when you're watching this, but as of the recording, it's almost August. So I'm super behind this on starting the summer collection. However, it's because we have had this fabulous project all summer. We're about 2 or 3 weeks out from finishing it all, a complete new build. We designed it from the top to the bottom. There's no client. We're going to be selling it. We're staging it and everything. It's going to be beautiful. There will be plenty of photos that we will post and videos. But in the process, it's been a very fun, just a dream project. It's also been a very overwhelming, a lot of work. But one of the greatest things that has come out of this project is that we found a white that we have not used before and we love, y'all. So we could not wait to bring it to you on here as one of our episodes. So without further ado, today's color is Sherwin-Williams 7035 Aesthetic White. It is so beautiful, y'all. It's aesthetically pleasing. It is not white. You'll see. It's not white, but like, what color is it, right? It's like a beautiful, colorless color. However, it does have very unique undertones, which make it appropriate and very, very helpful for when you need it. And I'll explain that in a second. So again, it's not white. Its LRV is 73. So pure white is 100, right? Total light reflection. Absolute black is 0. No light reflection. Most of your whites in residential are going to be in your 80s. And so they still are not 100. There's still a high number, but this one being 73 shows you're getting away from white. You've got contrast in it from a pure white. However, you would never look at this and see gray. You would never see cream. It's just a white that is so natural. So in the project that we're using it on, why we use this white is because it is a very earthy, organic, think European, somewhat coastal inspired maybe, but super like lots of luxurious stone, raw but elevated materials. So we knew that anything white was going to cheapen up all those natural tones. We knew that white was going to look too stark or too man-made with everything being so organic. So we were like, we know that our white needs to hold a little bit of something, but we were looking at different ones. We were like, should it have a little bit of cream? Should it have a little bit of gray? Should it have a little bit of, you know, even green, what should it be? What we ended up with aesthetic white is a slightly, and I mean slightly, purple undertone. Don't let that freak you out. You would never see purple in this color. And I'm telling you, like, we've already put it on the full exterior, full interior. It is the main siding and the trim. It is the main interior walls and the trim. So I'm telling you, we have had our eyes on this color, and it's just lovely. It doesn't pull any other colors. It doesn't. It just is such a simple, beautiful, kind of simplistic, minimalistic palette. If that's what you're going for, this is totally that color. So here's the greatest part about it. That purple undertone, the reason we used it is because in this new build, we have a ton of cedar, especially on the outside. Like, the porches on this house are so dramatic and they're beautiful. And we have like thick, two-tone, two different stains, cedar elements going on. So even though cedar is a beautiful, beautiful, highly valuable wood, it can pull a little orange. It can pull very saturated in a very monochromatic, neutral color palette. So, ladies, you'll feel me on this. If you've ever gone into a hair salon and heard them say something like, we're gonna cut the brassiness in your hair with purple shampoo, that is exactly what this color did. So anywhere that potentially that cedar could have pulled brassy in the wrong way, like too saturated, too orange for our neutral palette, this cut that. It was just, like I said, that barely there purple undertone that you wouldn't really ever see as a viewer, a partaker of just color. What it's surrounding is going to grab onto that. And like I said, it's going to just cut some of that brassiness from, if you have really honey pine floors, or if you have a piece of furniture that's going to go next to it, or if your cabinetry is a very kind of leans towards orange and you don't want to change that. This is a great white to bring in that will just, like I said, cut those tones. And it's just aesthetically beautiful. I mean, I guess its name is perfect for it. It is, it's not going to lock you into any specific style whatsoever, because it's so versatile and just so natural. But here's what I'm going to say. It is not white, okay? So sometimes in colors, we're like, this one could just pretty much go into any color palette and fit in. This one, you're going to have to be careful because it's not white. So in our project, like in particular, we knew toilets compared to this are going to look white. Bathtubs are going to look white next to this. So how do we bring in something white so that we intentionally say, hey, this was not meant to be white. The trim in here is not meant to be white. The cabinets in here were not meant to be white. The walls, nothing's meant to be white. It's meant to be off-white. And in fact, we're going to show you. So what we did was we pulled in a very beautiful white marble countertop and brought that into the backsplash so that we do have a white element in there, but it's not a cheap white. It's not a white that could ever look man-made or stark. It is a very natural way that we brought in white just to show that this isn't white. That it does have a little bit of something in it. But again, even with white, you don't quite see a color. You don't go into color family anywhere. And right now we're looking in direct natural light. So you're even getting more warmth than you would. Like when we don't have it straight in front of a window, there's even a tiny bit of like gray that would play from it because we're gonna have a plaster hood. So we've got this plaster component that's coming in. So we're tying in the warmth and the brassiness of the floors and the cedar and all that. And we do have and I'm not saying brassy in a bad way because we have brass hardware and some brass lighting. So brass in the right way is good. But if you don't want the brass in your wood tones or something like that, and you'd rather have your metals, this is, like I said, a great way to just cut and just insert this organic version of white. It's like an earth color of white. You know what I mean? Like it's just going to go with anything raw, wood and brick and stone and marble and concrete, even just anything like that. But it's going to be far enough away from white to where if you do have a white countertop or a white tile or your white building materials, a white farmhouse sink or whatever, you're going to tell the eye, like, I'm not white. I'm far enough away to be white. However, again, if you're talking about this for like the exterior trim color or your exterior main color, it's going to look like a white house, a white structure itself. You know what I mean? So if any of this sounds like what you're looking for in a white, earthy, organic, not quite white, but white enough to just give a simplistic, minimalistic palette, to, you know, a base color, a canvas color for everything to pop off of, then this is a great color. Again, it's not stark, so it's not going to cheapen anything. It's just a beautiful, calming, soothing, not white. And if you've used it and want to share pictures with us, please do so. That's awesome. We love seeing what color does for other people too. And like I said, we will be sure to post a lot of exterior and interior pictures in the upcoming weeks. So if you don't subscribe here, then follow along on Instagram, Crawford Street Company, or you can just keep checking out our website. You can actually subscribe to our newsletter and we'll update you guys, but there will be plenty of this to show you because, like I said, it has become a designer favorite. Like we are loving this white. You know, like when you come across something, you're like, how did I live without that forever? That's how we feel about this color. So like I said, we're so excited to bring it to you. If you have more questions, comment or reach out. Our email is in the description. And if you aren't already, subscribe so we can be friends and have more color conversations. Okay, see you guys next time. Bye.